Good morning, everyone. Congratulations, you made it. Great job, 2020 Mayor's Youth Program. Give yourself a hand. We are going to be moving pretty quickly this morning because we have some people on tight schedules. I want to thank you. My name, of course, is Rick Powers, the Director of Public Works for the City of Peoria, and we've met before, so I won't bore you with a whole lot because I already have. I've challenged you. I hope to see some of your faces in our department working with us and that you enjoyed yourself. Thanks for the major projects that you helped us with while you were here. And I hope you had fun. I also hope you worked and earned your paycheck. With that said, I'm going to make some brief introductions. Thanks. One, thank you to Senator Kaler for being here. Mayor, thank you for being here, and I'll get you on here in a minute. Dr. Crowd, I don't know if you made it or not, but thank you. And the coach, lead, all of you that were a part of this, again, thank you. But with that, again, in the tight schedule we have, and I know that it's that day for you too, I want to introduce Mayor of Peoria, Mayor Jim Ardis.
Thanks, Director Powers, and I'd like to congratulate you all too for graduating from the summer program this year. I got to tell you that it almost didn't happen. The budget's tough, COVID's killing us, and if it wouldn't have been for Senator Kaler helping us find the funding to do this, you wouldn't have had a job. And the mayor's program, summer program, has been going on for probably 8 or 9 years now. Wouldn't have happened this year if it wasn't for the senator, so we really owe the senator a great deal of thanks. It's an important program, as you know. We hope you had an opportunity not just to make a little money, but to learn a little bit more about the city, about potential job opportunities in the city. And when Director Powers tells you that he really hopes that he sees you again sometime down the road, he means that. We have some really good jobs within the city of Peoria now that you have a little bit of experience and kind of understand what it is that happens in public works. I know that Director Powers and Cy Maroon, who you've all met, and the other folks in the Public Works Department would love to have you consider a real job when you get done with school in Public Works. Thanks again to the Director, to Cy, all the team at Public Works. I'd also like to acknowledge our city managers here. Patrick Urick is in the back. He's the guy that's day to day making sure that all the departments are getting their work done. So we appreciate his support too. So with all that said, it's really an honor for me to be able to introduce Senator Kaler, not just because he helped us find the money for the program this year, but because he does such an outstanding job for Peoria down in Springfield. He's in leadership. He's in a small group of folks in the Senate that really coordinate what happens in our state. We're lucky to have someone in leadership from Peoria because that means they pay a little special attention to us. And obviously we were the beneficiary of that by getting the funding for the Mayor's Summer Program this year. So please help me thank and also welcome our State Senator Dave Kaler.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor, and thank you for having this year after year after year, because this is an important program. And so when the mayor came to me and said we're not going to be able to do it because we don't have the funding this year, I want to thank Senate President Don Harmon, because he really made this possible. He looked for the funds because finding operational dollars, I mean, it's different than finding dollars to do roads and bridges. Finding operational dollars is tough in this budget, but we found those. And it's important that this be seen. I know this is kind of the end of the program for the summer, but it's important to be seen as the beginning. And it's important for you to understand that this is as a community, saying to you, you're important to us. And so if we can help you by having summer employment so we can put some money in your pocket so you can feel more like you're part of this community, then that's what we want to do. I was just thinking about what I was going to say to you, and not to bore you with these old guy stories, but I went to my high school reunion a couple of years ago. Now, I grew up in South Dakota. The thing that struck me most when I saw my former classmates was that most of them had to leave South Dakota because there was no jobs there, unless you wanted to be a farmer. And if you weren't, if your family didn't farm, you probably weren't going to be a farmer. But that's very different than Peoria, because when we came to Peoria some 42 years ago, we thought that this was a kind of community where we wanted to raise our family. So we did. We raised our 3 daughters. I graduated from Woodruff High School. Remember Woodruff? back when it was still a high school. And so we want to be able to say, this is the place where you can have opportunity, where you can see this as a place that you'd like to spend your life. And so we want you to succeed, because when you succeed, we succeed. And so that's what this is all about. So Director Powers and Cy Maroon, I know you're here somewhere, people in the Public Works Department, all the folks that helped make this program go, thank you for that, and mostly for you, the young folks that actually did the work. You know, you're important to us, and we want you to know that. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Again, thank you, Mayor. And I also noticed that Dr. Sharon Karat came in, who is probably closer to you than all of us, right, in her role as superintendent. Would you like to offer a few words, Doctor?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Actually, I was here earlier. I thought it was at 9. It says 9 o'clock on my calendar, so I went back to work. I stayed here for a while and noticed nobody was here, and I went back and I double-checked again, and it said 10. So I'm like, okay, I'll come back down, because I really wanted to come down and talk to you young people today. I could have stayed. Actually, I have an important 10 o'clock. When I saw it on my calendar, I'm like, okay, perfect. This fits perfectly. I have a 9, I have a 10, I have an 11, but there's a conflict that I'm missing. But I wanted to speak to you, just to talk to you about a couple of little things. Maybe important things. But first, wanted to say thank you to the director. Definitely, Senator Kaler, you're amazing. Thank you for the support. This is about the 4th year, the mayor's program. So you're right. We didn't think we were going to pull it through. And then when Ms. Bush called and said, hey, we think we can do it. Can we get some students again like we normally do? We put our heads together, and Ms. Little also, they're sort of the mastermind behind all of this. So wanted to also thank you. I love the adults who just focus on young people. This is an opportunity for you. When I was your age, I had a summer program, job program also, and I was able to work and learn new things, and so you can put it on your resume. So thank you for being committed and just getting up every day and going through life and preparing a good life for yourself. So awesome. And then of course our success coaches. Guys, I love you so much. You're amazing, you love the kids, and you're coaches. Senator, they are coaches. And coaches are special people because they know how to build relationships, they know how to motivate, and they've done this before. What is this, your 4th year? 6. Oh, okay, see, I'm losing count. So just really appreciate your commitment and passion. You guys inspire me every day. So that's one thing. And then the other thing I just wanted to talk to you about was school and what's happening and what happened on Monday. And, you know, it was just unbelievable what happened on Monday. All summer long, we have been working on what we call the hybrid model, because we know we're in a global pandemic. So it's crazy, and we don't know a lot about that virus, and it's actually very, very deadly. A lot of people are not taking it seriously, but it is something that we really need to take seriously. So I'm really happy, you know, you have your mask on. And anyway, we had a nice plan, back to school plan. We had a large committee, 31 people, 70 meetings, and they looked at all different options and said, yeah, we have this hybrid, we can do it. And you guys, you knew what the hybrid was, right? 2 days in, 2 days out, right? So, and so that was the plan for you. And I was really excited about the plan because we had half of, like if who was at Manual, there would have been only, because we split the students, it would have been 200 students in that building on any given day. Who's at Peoria High? Peoria High would have been 400 students on any given day, and Richwoods is large. Richwood would have been 540 on any given day. So we would split. You come A day, you come B day. So so that's the plan we had, and I felt very confident about it. And then, people were looking at what's happening in the community about the cases and the infection and all of that stuff, and just putting a lot of pressure on the board. And eventually the board, Monday, which was a huge shock to me, the board says, okay, we have the votes to do, to go virtual or to do distance learning like you did at shelter in place. And it will be very different, very, very, very different. It will be like school, just that it will be distant. So I just kind of wanted to talk to you about that and explain to you about that. I was hoping we would try the hybrid, knowing that we may have to kind of what we call retreat or go back. But at least you'd have seen some of your friends, you'd have seen your new teachers, you'd have gotten your devices and that sort of thing. So you'll get information about your principles of how all of that will work, okay? But I just kind of wanted to explain that to you guys and let you know that as a district, we will be doing distance learning. And so stay tuned. I know your principals are in contact with you for sure. I will give each of you my card because I do want you to keep in touch with me. I want you to let me know how it's going. You need to get on Teams or whatever option you guys have selected, and I want to make sure that you're being educated and it's happening the way that it's supposed to happen. So we've moved on to Plan B. And I definitely, if it's not working out for whatever reason, definitely let me know. And then the other thing too is there's an opportunity to continue. We're working to even continue this program because we have another summer program going on with about over 220 young people in it. And then there's the mayor's program. And so that other program that's going on, it ends August 31st. And my goal is to definitely continue it. So success coaches, we would like to definitely, PPS students, let's keep their names on the roster. And if it's funded, let's transition them over if money is available. Because it will be nice. I love when you're working and you're doing your classes. So you're focused and you're getting experiences. So thank you. We're proud of you. I hope you got to save some money. And thank you again to Senator Kayla. He was the one who made it happen. So when you see his name, give him a thumbs up and think of him in a positive way, okay? I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Director Powers.
See, I told you the doctor was closest to you. Again, this is all about thank you and mostly, again, to you and this program and why we go through this effort. But this year, and we kind of jumped into it a few times of how it happened with the senator's help, the doctor's help. There's some people sitting back there, Jan Little, I see. Hi, Jan. Jan works in public works and finance. I think you've met her. Deborah Bush is the one that made it possible to hire you. She works in human resources. So again, in your future is coming these people and these things. Again, these people, I want to see you back at Public Works. I'm serious, because I've heard really good things about what you've done. So again, thank you. I'm getting ready to turn it over to the people who were closest to you, which would be Demetrius Edwards and, excuse me, DeMarvis Dixon. DeMarvis, where are you? Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Good morning. What a summer, huh, guys? I tell you, these kids are just unbelievable. They worked hard each and every day. It was tough some days. As you know, we didn't have as many as we normally do. Instead of 20, we ended up with 8. We lay in sod and we out in the heat, weeding, mulching. None of them complained. You know, it's really tough to come out each and every day. Some of them walk to work every day. We try to figure out a schedule, how we're gonna pick them up on the buses as we coming from the bus barn. So we figured that out. They worked hard together. Never feared anything, except for we seen the possum. They ran from the fire department, as Alex know, took pictures and all that good stuff. But it was just a joy. I really, truly mean it. All the things that we got going on in this world alone, a lot of it's very frightening. You know, some of the things that we talked about each and every day, every morning, during our breaks. Just out, just worry about yourselves and worry about others. Make sure your mask is up every single day. Help one another out. I mean, we had different groups, behind the scenes. You guys might see us out here walking along University, Knoxville, but we have groups every day about humility, how you help others. This is big for them out in our community. It really, truly is. I just like to give thanks to all you guys. I don't want to single just anyone out, but it was tough that day, seriously. I know you guys behind the scenes, but these kids, it was the days where some of them have family issues. We sat down, we talked about that. Some of them couldn't make it because a mom can pick them up and bring them here and there. So we all figured it out, and I'd like to give special thanks to Mr. Dixon. I couldn't have done it without him. Seriously, we call him Double D. But we all worked together. You had Alex come in, Miss Alexandria come in and she did some shoveling down around land side, as you guys will see on the video later on. Miss Maroon come down and sit with the kids and eat pizza with them for the remainder of the day. I mean, these things are just very special to our kids alone. Some of them, when they first started, it was a little tough for them. It really was. At the end, they started growing up and maturing. Those are things we talked about all the time. Even for some of those who came back from last year, it was still tough. It was different because we didn't have that many people. But I tell you what, every job we touched, it did turn to gold. We didn't get every task we normally get done, but they did a very, very good job, and they worked together. And I just wanted to tell you guys, I really do appreciate you guys. You guys challenged me this summer, and it was amazing. Okay? You guys make me tear up. Okay, I'm gonna hand out the certificates for their excellent work. Cassio Parker, come on up. Okay. Martin Maloney. Darius Beckham. Sanaya Tut. I call her Tutta Butter. Alex Randall. Daria Edwards. Allure Irving. Irving. Rizza. So I just love saying her first name, Rizza. Lola. We also have 2 essay winners. I call both of you guys' name. Please come up and they'll read them one at a time. We have Allura and Rizza. Very welcome. Very welcome. Let me step up.
The Mayor's Youth Program is a great learning experience. You learn how certain beautification projects are done around the city, leadership skills. We learned about the dangers of identity theft with SEFCU, and even though we didn't do any big tours, we learned about many employment opportunities around Peoria. Not only that, you learn good people skills and how to be a good coworker, because some of the jobs are difficult and tiring and could potentially put you in a bad mood, but the others are there to help you out and keep your head in the game. Last year, SEFCU talked to us about saving money and the different types of accounts you can open at a bank. This year, they talked about identity theft, and since it's a problem occurring all the time, especially now, the information was very useful. They gave us tips and tricks on how to protect our information and make less of a chance for our identities to be stolen. I have only lived in Peoria for 2 years, and both summers I spent in the Mayor's Youth Program. I've gotten to learn and see more of Peoria than I ever could on my own. I even got the opportunity to meet people from more than just my high school and get to know them. I even got to see some of them return to the program this year. Finally, you get to learn your strengths and weaknesses in the program. This being my second year, it's interesting to see how people have changed among those who have returned. Some have matured, others ready to speak up more, or you just see a side of a person you didn't know they had. Even though we didn't have as big as a group as last year and even less as the weeks pressed on, we were able to conquer projects quicker and more efficiently, which shows how determined everyone is. These tasks were not easy even for those of us who returned from last year, but we pushed through even under the circumstances of everything going on around us. The program has also pushed me to reach my goal to become a carpenter, even though I've yet to get my driver's license, but I don't let that factor dissuade me. I even had coworkers encourage me to learn how to drive despite my fear. It was great to see this program to an end again, and hopefully again one last time next year.
As a second-year worker for the Mayor's Youth Program, I've experienced highs and lows throughout the summer. Going into the program, I was given an opportunity to meet new and familiar faces and form strong bonds with my peers. As for the workload, our team was not able to encounter many projects, but we were able to learn teamwork. With this, I noticed growth in communication between my peers, but we were able to learn teamwork with this. Oh, I'm sorry. Communication between my peers about how we should go about solving conflicts and facing adversity. An adversity that we had to encounter was the loss of a few of our workers, but we were able to strengthen our work ethic by accepting the loss and encouraging each other to work as hard as before. As we continue forward, it has become rewarding to see the result of our determination to bring life to Peoria through weeding and mulching or trash pickup. Even though the reward came with days that felt strenuous and exhausting, our team was able to see the recognition and appreciation of our determination through compliments from our supervisors and from multiple passerbys who praised our efforts, and I believe that the praise encouraged us to work hard throughout the program. But apart from social recognition, I'm grateful for the lessons that the program continues to teach me. Whether the lesson is a basic life skill or a life lesson, such as endurance or respect, I know that I will be able to carry out these lessons into the next chapter of my life. Throughout the highs and lows of my experience with the Mayor's Youth Program, it was very fulfilling.
Great job, both of you. We are kind of at a point where, again, it's about thanks. And I actually was thinking of something as both of you were speaking. And I think when I was speaking to you a couple of times when you came out to see us at Drees, how quickly this came together has to do with the people who are sitting here. In fact, I missed Andrea, and it's hard to miss Andrea Kloffenstein, who put together the engineering presentation and the people that you met with and spoke with. All of these people, to include Patrick, Cy, Deborah, Jan, you would not believe, and this is a big word at this time in our life right now, in your life especially, how much they care. Alex, wherever Alex is, some right here. Vanessa, standing over here. All of these people really came together around this at a speed that you would not believe when we heard it could happen. And again, I want to applaud them because they've done an amazing job. And if he can, George Bean, our videographer, the person who is going to be responsible for a video you're about to see and has been following you around. I don't know if he can do a selfie with us here because he has a really big equipment, but thanks to George, you did a great job. Now, I think we're at the point where we're going to introduce the video, is that correct? We're tracking a little early probably for you to be eating, but I think you're going to see a video now, is that correct? Okay, I'm going to step back out of the way again. Thank you, good job on those essays.
So, Daria, can you tell me a couple of things today? One is, what was the difference from this year than last year?
Well, this year we had less people, so the work took a little bit longer, but we worked very hard, so we made the job much easier.
Okay, so what was your favorite thing you can take from the last 2 years for the Mayor's Youth Corps?
Well, you will get a workout in because it's very hot, but you'll learn how to work together, learn how to follow certain rules, and because you're kind of a young adult at this age, so I think this job will help me become a better leader, and I think it helped others too.
So, Darius, could you tell me, with the experience that you had of working with the Mayor's Youth Corps, and you ride by and look at the things that we did, how much of the impact you made, how does that make you feel?
The impact that I made me feel good, and it was a great experience, meeting new people that I didn't know and people that I did know. Yeah, we got good feedback. Like the lady from when we was doing the mulching, they gave us donuts and stuff and water, and we was doing trash pickup as well. Did all year. That was good.
So, what was your most favorite thing to do?
My favorite thing to do was going on tours, seeing new stuff, seeing new careers, choices I could do. Yeah, that's it.
So, Martin, can you tell me, within the last 2 years of working in this program, you've seen a lot of projects. What was your favorite and what was your least favorite?
My favorite's probably going to be the Civic Center, cleaning up downtown. My least favorite, anytime we do tire pickup.
I noticed you said the Civic Center cleaning up downtown. So what impact do you feel that made you feel that was one of your favorite spots?
Because anytime I'm driving downtown with my friends going to Walmart or Target or going to hang out, we can see the actual improvement as we're driving by. It's not just, gonna change overnight. It's not gonna get dirty again.
So, with you being a returner, if you had to give anybody any advice about this job, what would be one of the things that you would give them?
Bring lots of baby wipes and deodorant.
Good answer. Tonight, could you tell me As this being your first year doing this, what was your best experience?
My best experience was being able to help out the community, especially the side work. Everybody, we felt real appreciated over there.
So, Sanaya, is there anything that you could take away from this program that you can take into the hallways of school, in the hallways of the streets, and those things?
For sure, especially money management, you can take that out in the real world. And then school-wise, we didn't talk about a lot of job offers, especially throughout the city. It's a lot of jobs that I ain't even know, like behind-the-scenes stuff.
So, out of all the tours we didn't take in on Fridays, what was your favorite and what was your least favorite?
My favorite was probably, that's hard. I like the firefighter, the firehouse, and I like the 911 operators, because I like moving around, you know, looking and seeing what actually go through, and I got the text 911, I didn't know you could do that. So yeah, them two are my favorite. And my least favorite, I don't think, I enjoyed all of them.
So what was your least favorite project we had to do all summer?
Weeding, because it was just so much weeds.
Alex, can you tell me, out of all the things that you've done in the last 2 years, what was your best thing you've done?
To me, I feel like the best thing I've done and the most I like would have to be that we laid down the side, because so much people thanked us for it, so it made me feel real appreciated of a job we did.
So can you tell me how you feel after you go back and reflect all the things you've done to help clean the city?
So when I do go back and reflect, I just feel real nice and real good about myself to know that I actually helped pick up a part of the city and make a part of the city cleaner than it was before.
If you could take one thing away from what you've learned from me or Mr. Edwards, or both, one thing from us, what was it that you can take away?
It would have to be, y'all taught me a lot of responsibility, and y'all really taught me how to save money and be more responsible and not so goofy, and the time to play and not to play.
All right, thank you, Alex.
Okay, good morning, team. Hope you enjoyed your lunch, or enjoying your lunch. So I'm going to do the closing here and get you guys going and get you on your way for the rest of the day. Just wanted to kind of recap about a little bit about what went on during the course of the year and then what went on today. So as you know, you guys took part in the work that we put out for you guys to do. I'm assuming that there aren't many of you that probably ever laid sod before, but I will tell you that you've done a phenomenal job, and you guys look like you work for a landscape company for what you put down up there on Main Street. You got a half a block worth of sod on the sidewalk up there that it really beautifies that part of the area, because it looked pretty bad before. As you well know, you were in there clearing out the weeds and filling in the holes. So you guys did a phenomenal job. And I went by there this morning, and it was getting watered. It's green and it's growing. So you guys You guys did excellent with that. So anyway, not only that, I know that you do a lot of other things, and as I said to you at the opening ceremony, there'll probably be some things that you like to do and some things you don't like to do, and we got to hear some of that on the video today. So, you know, that's just part of it. That's just how it goes. In public works, you just never really know what you're going to be faced with and what you have to contend with, and you guys really stepped up. You really became an extension of who we are in public works, and you can know that going away that you did some of the work that we actually do within our operations. So knowing that and taking that with you, hopefully that's going to build confidence for you in the years to come, and you're going to look back on this experience. Some of you it was 1 year, some of you it was 2 years, but you look back on this experience and hopefully you'll carry that with you and build on that. And the other thing you want to build on is this. You got 2 coaches and 2 team leaders here that just put everything into this program for you guys. They're doing it for you guys. They're doing it for the program. They're doing it for the city. But it's really, it centers around you guys. You guys are the ones that make this program. You heard this earlier. You make it succeed. And it does. It comes from you. And keep that in mind. And as you go forward, just remember that you made an impact on this community in your teen years. And you can continue to do that in years to come. Okay? So anyway, just want to say congratulations. Nice job. Look forward to doing it again, at least with the coaches. It looks like you guys may not be able to come back if you're all graduating this year. I'm not sure if that's the case, but if you do, more power to you. Hopefully that your future brings a lot of bright things. So good job. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you guys again.